guys, this is Rurouni K95 here. Once again, it is time for a movie review because, well, it's not technically a movie review. Well, this is a certain movie I wanted to revisit it as a re-review. Yes, I'm just going to call it as a re-review this time. So we're going to take a look at this movie we're going to be re-reviewing for the first time here, and that is Monster House. Yeah, it's this movie, Monster House, because, it's just basically, we're just going to do like a certain re-review for this movie on there, because this movie, Monster House, has got to be one of the most beloved movies I have been watched. I think I remember watching this movie like every Halloween, which I remember though, and this particularly of how I have been noticed for the fact for this as well, accordingly, just so I can come by to this as well. And this is how I wanted to come by on that. Let me fix the camera. Oh. So, without any further ado, which is right here, right now, so we're going to be getting into this about Monster House, because I just wanted to come by for a movie like this. Despite that this movie was originally released that was part of the Lowe's Motor Speedway on June 30th, 2006, but it was also released in theaters on July 21st, 2006. Yeah, because that was very interesting for how I wanted to come by for a certain way like this, accordingly. Just to give you a little word for this as well, particularly. And that just explains for the fact for this as well. Yeah, this is how this movie stars Mitchell Musso, Sam Lerner, Spencer Loke, Steve Buscemi, Kathleen Turner, Maggie Gyllenhaal, John Heder, Kevin James, Nick Cannon, Fred Willard, and others, because they got a whole slew of cast in this movie, especially for the movie like Monster House. Despite that, this movie has got to the attention the most in the re-review certain thing as well. And I just wanted to come by for a movie like this as well, accordingly. However, this movie is directed by Gil Kenan, who's recently worked on most movies in general. Yeah. And however, this movie was also your typical movie that you wanted, how it was in conjunction with Steven Spielberg's and Robert Zemeckis' Image Movers and Amblin Entertainment when they made this movie, when it was originally produced by Columbia Pictures and Relativity Media for the most part of this, for what I come by to the curiosity of this as well, to the challenge of this as well. This has got to the whole thing for this, every moment of it as well. So let's start with the review. This movie takes place on October 30th on Halloween, which is the day before Halloween, like where it takes place ending in the 80s, like maybe 83 or 1984 or something, in Monster House, especially for the re-review. And it starts with the little girl on a tricycle having a happy day in her life, but then she just ran into the lawn, the old man named Nevercracker's lawn, and Nevercracker comes out scaring the girl, taking her trike after he told her to stay away from his house. Otherwise, because he thought that the house is a monster, though, And then he takes the tricycle and scares the girl away. But that wasn't long until DJ took the pictures, and he had to explain to his parents that he took another tricycle, and this has occurred. And this how, when his parents are going on a way outing, and then this, we get to see Chowder, who is wanted to tell DJ it's almost Halloween when they were playing basketball, but like how he's very good at it, but apparently Chowder's basketball landed on Nevercracker's lawn. As DJ wanted to try to figure out a way if he can get the basketball, but he was caught by Nevercracker, and he thinks he's done something. When he wanted to retrieve the basketball, when Nevercracker tried to stop him, and that's how he had a heart attack occurred, and he was taken by the ambulance. Everyone thought that Nevercracker was dead until Z arrived, and along with her boyfriend named Bones arrived, who was in a band called Skull and Bones, particularly for how this hell has got to them. As for the whole most part of this as well is that when she saw the ambulance part, when she thought that Nevercracker died, then he's like, when he told her that he had a kite when he fly it so high until it was crashed on his lawn when he was a young kid, when it was across the street right to the edge of his lawn. When Bones had relating to the rumors of Nevercracker aiding his own wife, which is after Z throws him out. But that wasn't long until he noticed his kite on the porch. When he was trying to get the kite, he got devoured by the house. Meanwhile, DJ and Chowder were trying to investigate of how the hauntings of of Nevercracker's house, how is investigating something very creepy going on with Nevercracker's house. And for the whole part of this as well, you know, it's just basically something they figure out of what they're up to as well. And that's particularly the point for this accordingly. The next day, Halloween day comes, and it was October 31st. They had to save a young girl named Jenny Bennett, who was selling Halloween candy for her school, from being eaten by the house. Particularly, this is how it was until this was basically after Z tells Chowder and DJ how they've seen Bones, because they thought that the house must have eaten him alive. So she had to go look for him. And she noticed something about with that house. So she was going looking everywhere to find Bones until she departs the house in this part. As DJ, Chowder, and Jenny noticed that a dog was also being eaten by the house, she had to call the police. When they figure out when the police officers arrived, they wanted to know what's going on with this house. The police officers named Lister and Landers, how they figure out a way if they would have ever listened to Chowder and DJ about this house as a monster, if they thought it was real, but apparently they think it was not real. And they had to dismiss the report because it was Halloween because things don't go cheerful as they expected. So instead, the trio wanted to ask a supernatural expert named Reginald Skulinski, Skull himself, about how he wanted to expect of how this house became a form of how it became a monster, of how it's created merging from the human ghost and man-made objects, of how the only bound is when the heart is destroyed, which include because they thought the house was Nevercracker, or was dead, and the house was possessed. So at this point, of course, they had to construct a dummy child filling with so many cough syrups that they stole from Chowder's parents' pharmacy store when they offered the dummy for the house to eat, so they can put it at the house to sleep. But this wasn't long until the police officers Lister and Landers arrived, and when they discovered the stolen medicine, when they wanted to arrest the children, but the house eats the police officers, including the children and the squad car, separating from the police who have been vanished. Chowder, DJ, and Jenny has exploring the sleeping house's basement. They noticed all the toys, and which is the shrine to Nevercracker's wife named Constance, the giantess herself. They thought Nevercracker eated her, but it wasn't, because it turns out Nevercracker's wife Constance was buried in cement in that one. As the skeleton is in the cement, the house awakens to attack Chowder, Jenny, and DJ. They trigger the gag reflex by grabbing the uvula equivalent, by forcing them to vomit it all out. When Chowder got angry with DJ when he was going to go home and make a pretzel sandwich, when they wanted to storm off, when DJ quickly stopped Chowder from leaving, when they wanted to figure out a way, when Chowder shouts at DJ of how he risked to save his life in stealing drugs from DJ from his parents' pharmacy, when they were pushing each other when beginning a fight, when Jenny had to stop the fighting when they were acting like babies, when DJ has departed to leave Nevercracker's house, he nearly got run over by an ambulance, and then Nevercracker came because he returned from the hospital, because he was not dead after all in this part of what I come by for this. As Nevercracker revealed that Constance is the ghost possessing the house, oh, he loved her so much when she was a participant at a circus freak show on her obesity. When she was living in a cage, people throwing things at Constance. When he helped her to escape, he married Constance. On Halloween, during the house construction, children were throwing eggs at Constance, tormenting, and she was outraged. She was going to grab an axe like she was going to kill him. Nevercracker tried to stop her, but only to be knocked out when she fell into the unfinished basement when her body was coated in cement. When Nevercracker finished the house, Constance's memory has got to her as a vengeful ghost of how she became the monster house every 45 years. When Nevercracker assumed a hostile demeanor of how he wanted to protect the innocent people from her. Yeah, when he tells them that she attacks anyone that goes near. Yeah, it's just basically of how the whole ghostly appearance of Constance has got to this as well. DJ has convincing Nevercracker to let Constance go when Constance became enraged as the house in the form of the ghostly form. When she was going to chase the children and Nevercracker, when he tries to comfort Constance, he explains everything that the best he could do is to kill her with the dynamite, When she attacks him, Chowder uses the excavator to attack her, just to lure into the pit of into the construction site. When she falls out, changes its shape instead of its death. Jenny has to light the dynamite. DJ swung on the crane's hook by throwing the dynamite in the chimney just to destroy the house. And finally, victory has got to them. Constance Ghost has briefly reunited with Nebercracker, suiting to the afterlife. He cried for his wife as his farewell, but he has congratulated the 3 children for freeing him and Constance from their suffering after 45 years. As that Halloween night, the trio, along with Nebercracker, gathering in those house exact basement, returning all the confiscated items all to the trick-or-treaters. As everyone leaves with all the stuffs retrieved from Nebercracker's house, it was a biggest miracle in this movie. As DJ and Chowder finally got their basketball, when they're ready to play basketball, as DJ's parents finally came back home, when they were about to play basketball, but the ball was stuck like magnet. So they figured out a way, they have a good proper way to go trick-or-treating. But this wasn't long until before the credits, you see Bones emerging from the basement of the destroyed house. He noticed something, what's going on. He realized that Z is now dating Skull, as well as the 2 police officers, Lister and Landers, have escaped alive, which is right after her Bones, and the dog that was devoured by the house. Earlier, they all escaped alive, and that's how you end this movie. So that's pretty much for the review I have for Monster House. To me, though, this is a great movie in my opinion, and I had to revisit this movie like Monster House, is that I just wanted to come by for every movie like this on Halloween, though, because the CGI is good, and yeah, it's just basically, considering it's from the works of Image Movers and Amblin Entertainment, for how I wanted to come by for this. Because I'm guessing it's the more different techniques, sort of like how they use for other movies, for what Image Movers and Columbia Pictures and Amblin Entertainment had a lot to do when they made this movie, though. But then again, just considering how Robert Zemeckis has worked with Image Movers Entertainment when they use the same effects, that the techniques they used for Polar Express, and then they do it later on in the other movies, such as Beowulf as well, because I just wanted to come by for this accordingly. We got the cast of this characters. We got amazing amounts of characters that we see that are new, what we see happening in Monster House as well. The characters are very new to this as well, because that's something of how I wanted to come by on that as well. Especially for the kids as well as the adults in Monster House as well. And the music is very good. It's very atmospheric for the whole Halloween type feel for a movie like Monster House. And also, this has got to the point out is this, well, accordingly, because that is something more recognizable for how I wanted to come by for this accordingly, for what I remember as well. And the story's very good, but overall, I considered Monster House the best movie in my opinion, because this is particularly how I wanted to come by for a movie like Monster House as well. Yeah. Because I just wanted to come by for movies, because especially because I have been growing up watching this movie, and now I had to revisit this movie like Monster House particularly, for how I wanted to come by for a movie, for a thing like Monster House, because I just thought that was very interesting, because I know there's a lot of things for how has gotten to my curiosity for a movie like this. Yeah, because I loved, and the music is very good. Well, there's some songs on here, like Merciful Hammer, which is performed by Michael Sonnes, who's from the glam metal group called Steel Panther in that one. Especially that you hear it when you listen to the song in the movie Monster House, because this is all very interesting, because I know there's a lot of movies as well having these rock and metal songs as well, because this is how I've realized as well. Oh yeah, Ralph Sonnes. Oh yeah, it's not Michael Sonnes. It's Ralph Sonnes, who is the singer from probably Steel Panther, and the song, yeah, that's the only song that you hear in this movie as well. Because I just wanted to come by for how this makes it a lot more thing for very interesting things for this as well. Yeah. And my score for the movie, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. And if you want to watch a movie that you want to watch on Halloween, like you want to binge watch on something, get it. Highly recommend you to check out Monster House, especially if you have it on DVD or Blu-ray, because this is a outstanding movie to watch on Halloween. Because to me, this has been a long time since I have been watched this movie so many, like, lots of times though, because this is very unique for how I wanted to come by for a movie like this as well. Yeah, because it's been a while since I've remembered watching this one as well. So that's going to be it for my revisiting review on Monster House. Thank you for watching. Be sure to click on the subscribe button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, especially if you're new to my channel, especially if you're a newcomer as you're watching the channel. By clicking on the subscribe button, especially if you're new to my channel as well. And also be sure to smack the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified also as well for more latest updates to keep you notified also as well. And also let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me think of what do you think of the movie Monster House. Just let me know as well. Be sure to check out my Anime Planet or Analyst, because I've been getting it Letterboxd as well. Everything from World Cinema, Ralph Bakshi films, to like Italian cinema from Ruggiero Deodato to Bruno Bozzetto and Dario Argento. And I'm also getting into web series, everything from Vivzy Pop, like Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss as well. And I'm also getting into rock and metal documentaries like Come On Feel the Noise, how the story of rock became metal and the decline of Western civilization, the metal years documentary as well. And there's a lot of metal documentaries also I'm getting into also as well. And I'm also getting into album reviews also as well. For the whole leaps and bounds is this as well, accordingly as well. Just to get to your, curiosity I have as well. And also be sure to smack the like button if you enjoyed the video. And that's all I have what I got for today as well. This is Rurouni K95 saying thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you soon for this video, because today is Halloween. Be sure to stay safe and stay healthy, and have a great day on this Halloween. This is Rurouni K95 signing off. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you soon for more videos. But before we go, I was going to do a review on the Darkwing Duck episode, Night of the Living Spud episode, but it got kind of delayed. But I had to reschedule it for next year. Well, there's always next year for next Halloween though, like in 2024 though. Yeah, but that's just how it is, because I was just considering the point as well. Take care. Ta-ta for now for this re-review on Monster House, because this is the first time I'm going to revisit a movie like this for a day. Take care. Bye. Oh, and Happy Halloween.